Yo, 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 what's the deal? It's Kill. We on KillEmTv right now, man. I just wanted to first say rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. It's a tragic ending to his life, man. But, you know, the marathon continues. So, we gonna keep representing, man. In no way, shape, or form is this video to be deemed as something disrespectful. It's just a topic of discussion, man. And you know, somebody asked me, was Nipsey Hussle a legend? I said yes. But you know, he opposed the argument that is he only a legend because of his death? And I feel like my answer was no. Like, Bull was legendary already. You know what I'm saying? Bull was already legendary in those LA streets. He was already legendary on the California side of things, as far as I know. When I first heard of him, it had to have been like 2012, something like that. I can't say I heard much and that I was tuned in like that, because if I did, I would be lying. So, I'm more so tuned in on Victory Lap. That joint was hands down a classic, just undeniable, a fire album. And sad to say, after his death, I went back, tuned into Crenshaw, Mailbox Money. Right now I'm listening to I believe it's the Marathon Volume 2. I think that's what it is. But yeah, like all his joints bang from front to back. Maybe 3 to 4 skips at the most out of a 16, 17 track mixtape, or EP as I like to call them. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say musically he was just a legend, because I feel like he was very underrated, even by myself. But just the moves that he was making, like putting out an album or a mixtape, charging a bean for it, and it gets so much attention that Jay-Z called and say, yo, give me 10 of the Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's legendary in itself. To not only make it out of the hood, but not have to compromise your integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I know, he might have had a deal here. I don't know if it was distribution or a label, album deal, whatever it may be, but he was getting it from the muscle. Feel me? Legendary in itself. Dudes like him, E40, getting it from the mud, Master P. You got to respect that, man. Everybody, you see these dudes, they got the chains and all of that on, but it's like, that might be label money. That might be money that you got to pay back. They don't own their masters. They they got all type of goofy deals, man. So dude mentally seemed like he was there, and for that I put him in a legendary status for that. You feel me? But I pose the question, was Tupac a legend before his death? Before he died, was he a legend? Was he considered a legend? Was he? We all knew, we loved Pac and all of that, but was he a legend? I mean, I could say on one hand, he was killing the movie scene. Album-wise, I wasn't really tuned in like that until All Eyes on Me came out, to be honest with you. Like, the radio joints, I Get Around, Brenda's Got a Baby, Keep Your Head Up, all of that was, they was bangers. But I wasn't album tuned in. But again, I was younger back then. I was probably still in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe Pac died in 96. So I made a correction. I know I was in middle school, in elementary school. I was in elementary school. So for me, it hit different. I wasn't in tune with music like that, but I definitely had my tapes of Ready to Die, All Eyes on Me. I mean, what I ain't had much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my grandma wasn't really having that, so I had to hear it when I could hear it. I go over my friend's house. They had the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. I mean, put me on to that. Rest in peace, Cousin E. Rest in peace, Lil Juro. Me and Cousin E, we used to recite Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear. We used to go, try to get the words right with that. Nas. It Was Written. So, it was different for me. I'm just, posing a question as I think about it. Maybe he was, to the eyes of people that was older. I mean, Pac was that boy, even for me as, a elementary school kid. But what I honestly think is that we don't, unless you got 20, 15, 10 years strong at the peak of your career type of run, where you doing all of these things, everybody don't get classified legend while they alive. So, from banging, making it out, coming back to the hood, dropping gems to the hood in his music and his interviews. The difference between him and Pac was that Pac was talking about it, which was a beautiful thing, but Nip actually began the movement to do it, to put those plays in position and make it happen. So I'm not saying that he above Pac. I'm just pointing out a difference. And you got to respect that, like I said. So my how I feel, yes, Nip was a legend. Nip is legendary. In my opinion, Pac was borderline legend from what I can remember. Like, I only remember tuning into him at All Eyes on Me. That's an album that I fully heard. Everything before that, I never heard a full album. And in his defense, maybe I was just too young. But everything after All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, Still I Rise, it's classic, man. And I'm saying, even, going back and listening to his stuff, he always had good music. I just wasn't tuned in yet. So, people going to find reasons to hate and discredit. And then you got some people that's going to just try to ride the gravy train and just jump on the bandwagon. But me personally, I feel like his name is to be mentioned respectfully so. And that's how I feel about it, man. But, you know, I'm going to keep tuning in. I'm going to try to get to the rest of these projects that he dropped. Long live Nip. Long live Pac, Big L, Prodigy, Sean Price, XXX. Like, Young Boy had some, he had some dope interviews. Like, his interviews was nothing like his music, man, which got me to tuning in. So, you know, rest in peace to everybody that we lost, man. You know, the music industry is, it's not easy to, you know, to make it in and prosper. Everybody, it ain't for everybody, man. So, shout out to y'all. Tune in to more KillEmTv. Check out my latest video. I do it for you. And I'm signing out. Kill 'em.